Alright, well today in the cleaner studio we have a 1970s Camaro. It's going to be the can dragger car at a wedding this coming Saturday. So we're going to be looking to rinseless wash it. That's going to be really safe for this older model car. And it's original paint. It's got some cracks in it. Got some paint failure going on around places, so you don't want to be shooting water into those cracks. Then we're going to follow it up with a clay bar treatment and then a paint enhancement polish with probably Uno Advanced to put down some serious protection on the glass and the paint while maximizing shine. Then we're going to go to the tires and put some Drift liquid tire wax on, add some durability, keep those tires shining for quite a while. This car has seen a couple days at the track. It has some big beefy back tires. You can see by the back fenders it's still played around with a little bit. Got some rubber thrown up on the fender wells there, so we're going to get that off with a little Ulex. But it's going to make for one heck of a can dragger car at this wedding, that's for sure. But alright, that's the steps, that's the process. Let's get into it and get this bad boy clean. If it's your first time seeing a polymer rinseless wash done, it can definitely bring some shock and horror by just looking at it, but no need to fear. You can see it actually has some cutting power to it. Polymer rinseless wash works as the polymers in the rinseless wash will encapsulate and lift the dirt off the surface, and you're going to see me come in with a sponge. And what the sponge does is reduce pressure points, so we get a nice, even, clean contact wash. And then the sponge does an excellent job of releasing all that dirt we picked up right into our wash bucket. And once in the wash bucket, the polymers still keep going to work as they encapsulate and drag that dirt to the bottom, allowing you to work with clean, pretty clean water through the whole wash process. Got to trust the science with it, but it definitely works. Even moving into the wheels and tires, we're coming straight in with that absolute rinseless wash. You'd be surprised how clean you can get a tire with just a rinseless wash. Give them both a wipe down, good to go. Now we're moving into the clay step. Again, still using absolute, super slick, probably the slickest rinseless wash out there today to be our clay lubricant. And you can see that clay bar pulling that embedded contamination up from the paint into our clay bar. When working with older models, I definitely still like to go old school with the clay bar instead of using a new age clay mitt material. And then for the drying portion, using Absolute as our drying aid with what's left of the Absolute and a little extra, we're going to get this car dry and go straight into some tar removal. Coming into the paint enhancement stage, I did switch it up. Instead of using Roop's Advanced, I went with P&S's Ultra Coat Polish. It's a little slicker, a little glossier in my opinion. Gonna still leave behind a little bit of protection, not as much as Advanced, but get that super slick, glossy look. It's gonna look real good. And we're not going for any kind of form of correction. We're literally kind of applying it just like a wax. Just a nice, quick paint enhancement, make that paint pop. After applying Ultra Coat Polish, we're going to just let it do its thing. We're going to let it set on the paint and the glass and the trim, and we're going to move on into our interior surfaces. Getting into our door jamb, Absolute, and the drying towel. Finish up them door jambs, and then we're going to move on to these mats. And guess what? More Absolute. Absolute and a drill brush. Be surprised how far you can go with Absolute rinseless wash. Time to dress the tires. We're going to throw on some Drift liquid tire wax. This is a tire sealant. It's going to last 3 to 4 months. Probably a lot longer on this one because it's going to sit around most of the time. But it's going to give you some hydrophobic protection and that long-term durability as a tire dressing. Now let's take a peek onto the interior. And what do we see? Rat poop. Definitely got some rats coming in this thing, doing their thing. So we're going to vacuum, we're going to clean, we're going to sanitize, we're going to make this cab as safe as possible for the big day. You can see that green bar. They tried a natural kind of rat repellent, rat poisony play with the Irish Spring soap. You can see they definitely took some nibbles on it. After vacuuming up all the rat particulates, let's get to cleaning. We're coming in with Express 1-to-1, which is why I'm kind of going to be spraying it willy-nilly. It's a diluted Express interior cleaner, so not a big deal to kind of get it everywhere, but we're going to let it soak on the panel for just a second. Come in with a scrub pad, mop it up with a microfiber towel, and you'd be surprised how, a microfiber towel and an interior cleaner can do some disinfecting of its own, but that microfiber towel is going to be pretty gross. It doesn't kill the bacteria, but it does sanitize the surface, as the microfiber is going to literally kind of take off all the nasty and absorb it into its body. So you want to make sure you throw away or get that towel washed pronto afterwards, but we're going to do all the interior cleaning, and then we're going to come in with our sanitizing step before finally dressing. But you can see we use some various scrub pads. Rag Company scrub mitt. I think this is the Auto Fiber scrub block or something. I kept dropping the block, so I'm not really a fan of the block. I don't know why I can't keep a grip on it, but not the biggest fan. Now we're going to come in with some Tri-Clean. Tri-Clean, is a little bit more pricier than Express, so I like to use it sparingly instead of using it as my cleaner. I just like to give a little spritz, come in, sanitize the surface, go on about my day. Let's hit this glass with a little True View action, get it nice and clean and clear. And now that our Ultra Coat polish has set up for quite a while now, probably about an hour, we're going to come in with a little Clean Maker, rehydrate that surface, add Bead Maker, add Dream Maker, make our wipe off that much easier, add as much gloss as possible. Well, there you go. Another day in paradise. A little rat poop never hurt anybody. Right?